Hi, welcome back YouTube. So today I want to talk to you about what I learned today during my quiet time with the Lord and what he spoke to me about. I'm reading from a devotional. It's right here. It's called My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers. And it was gifted to me and I've been reading it lately. And for today's devotional, all of his words are powerful, but I was really, my eyes were open to this sentence where it says, God is determined to have his child as pure and clean and white as driven snow. And as long as there is disobedience in any point of his teaching, he will prevent none of the working of his spirit. So what does this mean to us? And for me, that's what I asked myself. And I resonated with the first part where it says, his child, right? God is determined to have his child as pure and clean and white as driven snow. So God is determined to make us more pure in his sight, more holy. Now, when we become a believer, we put on the righteousness of Christ, right? We put on his perfection. But still, we're working out our salvation. We're undergoing a process of sanctification, becoming more like him. So he's going to do anything possible to make us become more like him. If he has to prune us, if he has to take things away, those things we've been holding on to that's been idols in our lives or has been causing us to stumble, he will remove it. And he's a good father like that, because and the second part is very true where it says, for if there is disobedience, he will prevent none of the workings of his spirit. So, we've been praying. I've been praying for a move of God. I've been praying that God would, open the right doors and that he would continue to do a mighty work in and through his church. But his church has to be more purified, right? Spotless. And he purifies his church. And the longer that we are walking in disobedience, the longer that we're holding on to resentment, jealousy, we're lying, we're disobeying God, we're not honoring our loved ones, we're not loving people, the more that we are disobeying God and disobeying his teachings, his spirit cannot move, right? We begin to stop the work that God wants to do in and through our lives for his glory. I don't want that to happen, right? I want God to use his church so mightily, to use you, to use me so mightily that, many people come to him, that lives are changed, that lives are renewed. And it starts with us first, right? Revival starts with our hearts. It starts with us first. And then it moves out of us. And we're praying for, revival, for movement, because we see so much tragedy happening in this world, and, none of this can stop without God's spirit. And we cannot hold on to, this sin, this disobedience, because we are stopping God's work and we don't want that. So my prayer is that God would just open our eyes to his holiness, to his purity. And as we seek God and as we seek his will, and as we are in his presence, and as we are surrendering everything to him, he is going to transform us. He is going to renew our minds. He's going to soften our hearts. He is going to break our hearts for what breaks his. And in turn, we become more like him. And in turn, his power can just move mightily in and through us for his glory and for the transformation of this world, right? God can use us. If he can use the 12 disciples, if he can use, actually 11 disciples, to just really turn the world upside down or right side up with the gospel of Christ, we can do that. But it starts with our surrender. It starts with us saying yes to him and being obedient. So I pray that you are blessed by this. Stay encouraged. Continue to pursue Christ and his righteousness, and all these things will be added onto you. I love you and God bless.